And I was just like, God damn, if the game is anything like this piece of shit that I just played, I'm not buying it, right? But then everybody said, okay, here's some gameplay. It's nothing like the demo. Why they did the demo that way, I have no idea. So, okay, well, let's give it a shot. It's Final Fantasy. I've played them all, right? So this one, like, I'm just completely uninterested. I'm not at all looking forward to finishing the game, which is strange for me.
Yeah.
And I don't care at all.
Yeah, they've ruined the franchise.
Yeah, it sucks. That game, that's a shitty game, and it's bad. It's bad. So yeah.
And the thing is,
Sorry.
like, some people will say, well, it was stuck in development for so long, and some people will use that to say it should have been better. Like, it was in development so long, it should be 10 times as good. And others are saying, well, it was in development hell, so you should be lucky for what you get. I think both camps are wrong. It doesn't matter. The problem I have with it isn't like, okay, there was a zone that we had to cancel because we didn't have enough, we ran out of money, or that's not my issue. It's just that there's some core design and thematic choices that just rub me the wrong way. It's like the whole, the setting itself is just too fucking mundane.
Yeah.
I mean, what in the actual fuck? Maybe if you're a Japanese player, like, driving across the American Southwest is really, like, exciting and different. But I've like driven by those actual places, and they're normal to me.
Yeah, exactly. That shit's driving around, and especially
it's like after you've driven through that area of the country a couple times, you just want it to be over.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And the fact, like, when you can't fast travel, you actually have to drive some places, and I'm like, this sucks. I don't want to do this. And listen to some listen to some music from better games. That'll fucking cheer you up. Maybe we can trick you into believing this is actually Final Fantasy 12. Isn't that great?
Yeah. Well, and like I said, the idea of driving around itself could have been really cool if you'd been able to, like, choose your fucking party from a cast of characters you actually gave a fuck about, and you drive around and then but it's like everything's just concrete and chain link fence and gas stations and greasy spoon diners, and it's like these places, they're too accurate.
Oh, dude, and people whose accents do not match their characters. That fucks me up. There's a character in the game, for those that don't know, called Dino, who you run into, and he's a reporter, right? And he attempts to blackmail you early in the storyline. In other words, like, I'll tell everybody Prince Noctis is in town if you don't go fetch something for me. I don't know what it was, can't remember, but like, this dude is like a tall, thin, pasty, blonde dude who looks like he's straight out of California, right? Who talks like Tony Soprano. It's the fucking most odd thing you've ever seen. He's like, hey, you guys want to do me a favor?
Drives up alongside Noctis and his crew. He's like, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go?
Yeah, where are you going? Where are you going to go? Where are you going to run to? And then there's another dude who looks like comic book guy from The Simpsons, who's got like a redneck accent. It just makes sense. He's like, you boys want to do me a favor? I'm like, who made this decision, dude? Like, fuck. Nobody who looks like that sounds like that at all, ever. Like, you can tell this guy's just a classic nerd, right? He would never speak that way. And Dino is a fucking mobster for no reason. Like on what planet is that the stereotypical reporter voice? It makes no sense. Right? Well, he's a journalist, so obviously we're going to make him sound like one of the fucking Sopranos.
He sounds like the guy who, like in Godfather Part 1, just shoves the reporter to the ground and then tosses a few bills his way. It's like, it's over.
Yeah.
I threw you to the ground, I threw you some money, it's over. Like Sonny.
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah. Oh, that reminds me. There should have been a scene where, like, Noctis drives up to like a toll booth on a causeway, and then a bunch of guys just jump out. Why didn't that Empire that's attacking him just do that? Just do the Sonny the Sonny Corleone death scene. That would have been a much better game. It would have been much shorter. No stealth segment, no chapter 13, no more corny cornball ending where you sort through your photographs. It'd just been like, okay, I'm gonna go take care of this motherfucker who's going to my kingdom. Goes up and the guy drops the coin, stoops down to get it. A bunch of guys jump out in their Imperial armor with machine guns, and they just riddle his riddle his car with bullets, and all those annoying characters are just dead forever.
Kind of sad. I'm rooting for the Empire in this game.
Yeah.
So just a little bit.
But yeah, I just can't. I can't stand that whole thing. It's like, oh, you just don't like the change.
And the other thing is the camera, the combat. When the camera pans around, like your view is all constantly getting obstructed by these tiny little shrubs that are fucking everywhere. You know, and it's just like you can't see the enemy, and like the only way to get a line of sight on the person you're attacking is to like hit one of those teleport points, you know, where you can recharge and shit and kind of warp strike them from there. But it's just that shit is annoying as fuck. Like your view keeps getting obstructed, so that's the part of the combat that I don't much care.
The final battle is just cringe-inducing. It's just it's basically just like some QuickTime events, and okay, imagine the QuickTime events from God of War against a humanoid opponent, and then it's also like Skyrim, where like every time it looks like you might be in trouble, you just go into your inventory and drink one of your thousands of potions or eat 50 cheese wheels and you're fine. And it's just like like how many potions have you saved up? Okay, good, you win.
And I've already got a ton. I'm like halfway through the game.
Ridiculous. And like the rest of the game, it just doesn't seem like it provides any much resistance at all.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah,
if you want to have a tough battle, you got to go looking for it.
Yeah.
You
know a game called Dragon's Dogma?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, they had that, and then they had an online version of it that I streamed on Twitch for a while. And the thing about that game, the online version in particular, I didn't really like the offline version that much, but it did a lot of really cool things well. Like, okay, if when you played a different class, it felt like a different game. Like if you played, if you did archery versus if you did melee versus, if you like rogue-like climbing melee or versus different casters, it all felt very different. Like each class was distinct, and I thought they could have done that kind of thing for Final Fantasy 15. They could have said, okay, you can you have the old job system, right? Yeah. You have the old job system from the earlier Final Fantasies or from Tactics, and you create, you customize your party in such and such a way, and you have infinite flexibility. They could have done that.
Yeah, and I love that about games. I love creating characters that specialize.
Yeah.
And then combining them to like work together. I love doing that kind of shit. Yeah, and it's not an option at all.
Nothing. They're completely fixed. They have perk trees, strictly speaking, but it's their class for all intents and purposes chosen right off the bat. It's just bullshit. Like they gutted everything. They gutted absolutely. You can't even like switch permanently. I mean, like you do these tag in attacks and then that's it. You can't. They gutted everything that made the previous games good or worth playing. They gutted any kind of real RPG mechanics from it. There's no strategy, no tactics. It's just just swing your sword and teleport around, you win.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean it is way too easy as well. So battles and shit.
And the thing is, it's like even if you had a setting that bumped up everything and made it like a higher difficulty, there's still no skill ceiling.
Right.
It's not like you have a variety of things at your disposal. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's too easy to heal in that game. Like, I mean, never mind your deep inventory with 1,000 potions in it. Never mind the fact that you can work to places where you can recharge, at a higher rate. Never mind the recovery part of the tree that gives you all these extra first aid benefits and things like that. It's just, and then Ignis, he has this, one of those special abilities that you can do. It's called regroup, and it literally it's like taking a mega elixir or mega potion and you can do that shit like every 40 seconds. So it's just like as long as you're not status affected, or your max HP hasn't been reduced by some previous status effect or previous damage, then it's just recharge, and you're just like fucking snore, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm never gonna lose these battles, no matter what you throw at me. Like unless you're like two-shot me or some shit, walk up to something 20 levels higher than me and fucking poke at it, and then it just two-shots your entire party. Yeah, okay, even then, I've won some incredible fights. Like just had to put in some time, make sure I stayed healed and all that, but it still prevailed.
They were won through cheese, not through good play.
Right. Exactly. Just abusing the shit out of all these things I have at my disposal constantly.
Yeah.
So it just wasn't fun, and I've never been bored halfway through a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
To the point that I'm just not even going to finish this. Final Fantasy IX was one I didn't much care for. I don't know why. A lot of people love it. For me, I got about halfway through it and was like, I could take it or leave it, but at least I finished it. This one, like, I would rather play fucking zombies on Call of Duty than finish this game. Right? I mean, that's bad because it's the same shit over and over and over and over and over again.
Well, I saw someone streaming Final Fantasy X because they just had suddenly just wanted to go back and play it, and they had the system on this sphere grid thing, and everyone basically starts with a class, but you can theoretically you have a great degree of flexibility. You know what I mean? It's like you can say, okay, well, you can take this fighter and make him into a fighter mage. You can take Kimahri and make him anything. And so you had the different tropes, but the thing is, you had a large pool of people to choose from in the beginning, and then you had the additional layers of customization, and yet the players still had enough abilities particular to them that they had there was they weren't just different skins, right? So they struck a pretty good balance, and there was a lot there. There was a lot going on there mechanically, so across multiple playthroughs you could do things pretty differently, right? And the thing is, if you're going to take away the larger pool of people to choose from, and you're just going to have the same 4 people through 90% of the game, then you need more flexibility in how they spec. And the thing is, the characters, it's not like any of the characters were married to the mechanics of the theme because their appearance didn't change, right?
Right. Yeah.
So why can't you make Noctis a fucking knight, and then Gladio a samurai, and then make Ignis a white mage, and then the little annoying Prompto make him fucking geomancer? It's not gonna matter. Right,
exactly.
It's not gonna. So why not just give them that kind of open-ended flexibility? Why not And then see, and that's all they had to do. And then you could do what you used to do, which is say, okay, now I'm gonna play through it again, and this time I'm gonna have a party of 4 onion knights. You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna have all healers, or like all black mage glass cannon party. That alone would have made that game so much better, because here's the real misery of it is the creature designs in that game are excellent.
Yeah, they are pretty cool.
They are
because
excellent.
you do stumble across some shit that's kind of fuck me. That's terrifying.
Right.
Like I don't want to walk in that general direction.
But the thing is, like, your character is so mobile because of the teleportation that any kind of tactical positioning is entirely moot, because you can, if you're in the wrong place, you just teleport.
Right, exactly.
Right, it's not like, oh shit, I shouldn't be standing here. Oh, I got fucked. Which is what it is in a lot of third-person action games. Is like you were standing in the wrong place at the wrong time and you got just creamed. Right. In this, it's like, oh, I'm in the, I need to reposition. Blink of an eye, I reposition. So what difference does it make?
Exactly. Like, I mean, that's how I've survived every battle I can't win. Just split.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna get ambushed to the extent that I get killed by surprise. It's never gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I don't think I've never gotten a game over on this. Not once. Even when I was learning the combat system and I sucked and I couldn't figure out how to fucking pull up my menu to use a potion, I still wasn't dying. And that's bad, dude. Like this entire playthrough, I don't know how much time I've spent. Not a lot. I'm only like I think I'm level something close to 40, so I haven't spent a whole bunch of time on the game. And that's the other thing with the XP, and I promise I'll quit bitching about it. But like the fucking XP system where I have to spend the night somewhere and save to get my XP, I don't like. That's just fucking. I don't know. It makes grinding an extra tedious thing. You have to make sure you save so you don't lose your progress. And fucking the only thing that's nice about it is the bonus that it offers. Like, say you go stay at a nicer place, you get the XP bonus. But I don't know. It just seems like an unnecessary thing they threw in there to me, and like no benefit to it. Like, I mean, I gotta spend the night somewhere, or I have to go to a restaurant to use food, or I gotta go to a camp to use food. Just cook the fucking food and throw it in your inventory. Why am I going back to campsites, and why am I going to little trailers or hotels to fucking spend the night and shit and get my XP? I don't get it. I thought that was a little needless, but yeah, overall, okay, haven't enjoyed it. Don't like it. Yeah, I'll just fucking sit around and wait for The Last of Us 2. Hope that doesn't fucking disappoint the dog shit out of me. That's the game I'm looking forward to the most. I have no idea when I'll see it, but goddamn, I cannot wait for that game to come out. Like, I'm sweating and shit. I really want to play that motherfucker.
Well, we can get some experience surviving in a hostile wasteland right now with this game. Flexible survival.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, let's see.
If I make a joke about Ellie sucking cock for water, people will get mad.
I guess. Not the people that watch our shit.
If you've come this far with us.
Yeah, like if you got mad at an Ellie sucking dick joke, I'd be like, it's always a weird thing. It's like, so that's your line, huh? Okay, interesting. Like, of all the shit that's happened in these playthroughs.
But anyway, have you ever heard of a comic called Awkward Zombie?
No.
There's a gal named Katie Tiedrick writes it, and it's all like comics poking fun at obvious flaws in logic in different games and things that are hard to suspend your disbelief in a lot of adventure and action and RPG games. And anyway, she has like a dozen on The Last of Us, so you should check it out. One of them has Joel, and there's this creature, and he takes out the bow, and Ellie's there. He's like, shh, quiet, Ellie. And so he shoots, he fires an arrow at the thing, and it misses. It just thucks right in the wall behind it, and it turns around, and he's like, damn it. Fires it again, misses again on the other side. Fires again, he's like, well, and finally he gets up from behind the wall that he's hiding behind, and he looks at Ellie, he's like, well, I've already wasted too many arrows, I might as well just let it kill me. And she's like, what? And he goes out there, and the thing's ripping him apart, and he just shrugs. And she's like, what are you doing, Joel? No!
Nice.
And that's the thrust of most of her comics is, what if this were real and you really approach this, everyone would think that you'd lost your mind.
Right. It's pretty
one
good.
of
Awkward
them is,
Zombie is what it's called?
It's called Awkward Zombie. And another one, he's like, oh look, I have these pills, and if I take some, I get healthier. So if I take all of them at once, maybe I'll get super healthy. And I haven't even played Last of Us. I don't know if this is true to the mechanics of the game, but it's funny either way because the girl Ellie's like, I don't think that's how it works. And he's like, and he says, I'm the adult and I know it's best. And he just like pours all the pills into his mouth as the little girl's like, no, Joel.
Well, the pills in the game like give you they're not like a health thing. They're to enhance your abilities, like your listen distance and your ability to heal faster. Yeah.
So he just pours all the pills into his mouth as Ellie's screaming and trying to get him to stop.
Shit. Okay. Well, let's do a little bit more here because I got to split here in a couple minutes. So before that, we'll. What the fuck did I just suck dick for water or fight an animal? I can't remember. Doesn't really.
I don't know. It's all a days.
It's all in a day in the life of Aaron Raw, so fuck it. Okay, let's head north again, and
let's see. Okay, nothing really happens.
Okay, cool. How about explore a bit? See if I can get into a fight.
An ocelot.
Oh yeah, I remember these. I think I can kill these if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they're pretty weak. I don't know what his dodge and hit rates is going to be like.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and attack it. Let's see if we can...
Oh, man, you got him for 8.
Nice. Good shit. Mutual miss.
Boom.
Killer.
Okay. Yeah, you got him.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna... Yeah.
He says, I'm sorry I was a bad kitty. I was just looking for my master. Please let me be a good kitty and make it up to you. You're not sure whether to go for it or leave it.
Nah, leave it. Fuck that. Yeah. Wait, does it have any water?
Yeah, you got 4 free creds. Free
cred. Okay, cool.
All right, there you go.
Cool. All right, yeah, we'll stop here for now because I got to split. But yeah, we'll definitely do these more regularly. Yeah,
okay.
Because I have a shitload of free time for the next
New
4
Year's
months or so.
resolution coming a little late on the 19th of January. New Year's resolution.
Yeah, no shit. Show up more.